But one of Israel's most notorious enemies have secretly become its preferred choice to lead Iran. According to an investigation by the New York Times, Israel spent years cultivating former Iranian President Mahmoud Ahmadinejad as an intelligence asset, with the ultimate goal of returning him to power. The alleged operation began taking shape abroad. In 2024, a university in Budapest invited Ahmadinejad to speak at a climate conference, but the university's rector says the event was actually a cover for secret meetings between the former president and Israeli intelligence. Former American officials told The Times that Mossad chief David Barnea even traveled to Budapest to meet Ahmadinejad personally. It was an astonishing choice. Ahmadinejad served as Iran's president from 2005 to 2013 and was once among Israel's most uncompromising enemies. He defended Iran's expanding nuclear program, repeatedly attacked Israel, and became internationally notorious for denying the Holocaust. At home, he presented himself as a champion of poorer Iranians.
The topic that you chose to begin with is certainly not a new topic. This topic has been discussed for some time. We have seen that certain countries' point of view on Iran is the same. They always have the same words. For 33 years since the liberation of the Iranian people, since we've had free elections. Some, on the other hand, have said that it's been many years now, over 200 years, that the Western world is against Iran. Whatever the case may be, the problems that we're facing today are not new by any measure, and we wish to be able to work together on the topic of nuclear issues in a legal framework, in respect for human rights. We are by no means kidding ourselves. We don't expect any miracles to occur at this meeting, but some topics are certainly going to be addressed. We're going to be working in the right direction, and we are working in order to change mindsets in order to have a constructive agreement.
But his disputed re-election in 2009 triggered the Green Movement protests, which were met with a violent crackdown. So why would Israel see him as a potential partner? After leaving office, Ahmadinejad gradually fell out with Iran's ruling establishment. He criticized corruption and the security forces, softened some of his rhetoric, and repeatedly tried to run for president again. Each time, Iran's Guardian Council blocked him. The Times reports that his resentment towards Supreme Leader Ayatollah Khamenei and other senior officials attracted the attention of Israeli intelligence. Ahmadinejad also retained support among sections of Iran's working class, something most opposition figures living abroad did not have. According to one associate, he believed that if Iran's government collapsed, he could present himself as an insider capable of reforming the system without destabilizing the country. He reportedly even discussed recognizing Israel and joining the Abraham Accords if he returned to power. Israeli operatives allegedly paid some of his housing and travel expenses and met him during overseas trips, including a second visit to Budapest in 2025. The plan reached its most dramatic stage on February 28 this year, during the opening days of the US-Israeli war with Iran. An Israeli strike hit Ahmadinejad's compound in Tehran. Shortly afterwards, Iranian and American officials say Mossad operatives arrived in a black Peugeot, collected him, and took him to a secret safe house. But the operation quickly unraveled. Ahmadinejad was reportedly disturbed by the chaotic rescue and had become disillusioned with the plan to install him as Iran's leader. He eventually left the safe house under circumstances that remain unclear. He disappeared from public view for months before briefly appearing at Ayatollah Khamenei's funeral procession, silent, surrounded by security officers and wearing a heavy jacket despite the summer heat. Senior Iranian officials now say Ahmadinejad is being held under house, arrested by the Revolutionary Guard's intelligence wing. Mossad has not commented, and Ahmadinejad's spokesman has also declined to respond. The alleged plot ultimately failed, but it reveals the extraordinary calculations behind regime change operations. Israel reportedly chose Ahmadinejad not despite his history as a hardliner, but because of it. He was an establishment insider with nationalist credentials, political experience, and a remaining base inside Iran. The man who once built his reputation confronting Israel may now be under guard in Tehran, accused of secretly working with it.